Hi, good evening, everybody. This is Deep here. So today we will be like every other week take the session. Like first half an hour will be by me, and the next half an hour will be by Vivek sir. So good evening to all of you. How are you doing? How was the week in terms of trading this week? Hello, hi. Can you hear me? Am I audible clearly to all of you? Yes. So how was the trading week? It was good. So last week we discussed about the sugar stocks, the metal stocks as usual, and they were the rock star this week, isn't it? Right? So you played with the sugar stocks and the metal stocks, I hope, and that actually should have fetched good return to you. Especially we discussed Tata Metallic, which went up a lot in first 2 days, and we have in between also discussed many stocks. We will come into one by one into them. Okay. Now today's session, I will start with this chart. Okay, this I have created. See, the middle thing, that is the Nifty, that I have put it in the candlestick mode. Let me, instead of candle, let me put it into line chart only, and let me modify the line. Okay, yeah, so it is like this, correct. So this is the Nifty blue line, dark blue line is telling you about the Nifty, and this is a weekly chart. And this is telling you about how the sectors are doing in comparison to Nifty. As we can see that since the COVID, three sectors have been consistently outperforming, and metal has been the recent outperformer, but two sectors have been consistently outperforming the Nifty. Those are the uh, IT and the pharma. This violet one is pharma, and this sky color one is IT. Now, I learned this from Vivek sir, and actually I showed this in the Twitter. So a lot of people ask me that how we can build this. Okay, so I will show you how to build this. I will not add so many stocks, so many indices. I will just show you how to build it, and then from there you can build on your own. And those all who are in the Stockage Club and the TMP, you know that I have shared this link with you. So all of you can visit this by clicking on that link only. So this link is with you. I have shared this link in the Stockage Club Telegram channel and in all the TMP groups. Okay. Okay, fine. Now this is the new, suppose this is the new template. The first Nifty I am getting. Okay, so let me make it a line chart. So Nifty looks like this, and let we can change it weekly, daily, anything. Okay, now to put new symbols, you go and click here. Okay, add, compare, and you put any symbol. Suppose I want to put Nifty small cap 250. Okay, I put Nifty small cap. See now we can see a comparison of Nifty small cap. Right now Nifty small cap has started outperforming the Nifty. Okay, Nifty metal, Nifty bank. Okay, Nifty bank, which is under sorry. The base should be Nifty in the plus. Okay, so in the plus, Nifty bank. So I added bank Nifty. I can add Nifty mid cap 50. Okay. Now whatever I want, Nifty realty. So I can come down and add various indices. Okay, which comes with the name Nifty, Nifty infra. So with this I can have a this, but to distinguish the Nifty chart, what I can do is that make it very dark blue. Okay, so this is the Nifty one, and make the color a little bit darker. so that Nifty is distinguished. Now see, Nifty is distinguished and I can see how the indices are comparing compared to current. Now let me go back to because in my chart I have already created all these things. So uh, I have shown you how to build it. Okay. Now after you build, you just go and rename it and then save now. Then it will be saved. Okay. Now in the form, if you want to share with somebody, you can do it like this. You can sharing on and then share the link, so anybody who is looking at it can look at it. Okay, so this is all it, how to build it. Now let me discard it and go to the already which is formed. You can see for last few weeks from the beginning of March, Nifty has been broadly flattish or range bound. And if we see the over the period after COVID, these sectors have actually outperformed Nifty. So this is Nifty commodity, this is Nifty IT, this is Nifty pharma, this is Nifty metal, the red one is Nifty mid cap, Nifty small cap. So all these things have outperformed. Now, if I go to hourly chart, why I'm going to hourly chart? Because this will give me an idea of the last week. Okay, so last week this was Nifty, and I can see that Nifty metal has actually outperformed a lot. And if we can see, this is the Nifty commodities like sugar, cement, all these things. Okay, this is Nifty Infra like ABB, Grasim, all these stocks. Okay, so this is the nature of the market. Now let me show you a few things which are very important in context of market. Okay, so I will go to tweet by Zero Hedge. Okay, I'm going to the Zero Hedge account. And those all who were in TMP know that while I was interacting with them, I was telling them, and through my tweets also, I was informing this thing that inflation will going to burn many countries. I have been tweeting this also, and I have been saying this also. Okay, so I will show you the tweet actually, which he has done. The next tweet, this one. Look at this tweet. This is a very important tweet by Zero Hedge. Uh, Social unrest fears as world food prices soar in April. I will show you what happened. Okay, so if I'm going to my own profile, and I have tweeted this a couple of days back. Yeah, see, this is how the corn price globally. The many of you may be feeling the pinch in the soybean or oil market. So see how the oil markets have behaved, almost more than doubled since. And this is not only in India, this is a global phenomenon. What is happening is that agricultural producers are not being able to take into the mandis because of the unavailability of transport due to the COVID. So there is the farmers are not getting proper price for their crops, and on the other hand, due to not a proper amount of crops reaching the mandis, there is a log jam into the distribution network all over the world. It is not only in India, it is all over the world this is happening. So what is happening, farmers are not getting their prices. On the other hand, there are supply issues. So you can see how this is the corn price. Corn is like wheat for us, wheat or rice for us. So this has jumped 250 percent, 225 percent, right? Okay, like 2.25 times. 320 it was nine, now 720. 800 it was double, 1600. Okay, this is the soya price. I will show you this one also. So if you look at the sugar, the sugar prices are going up, and wheat prices. You can see sugar prices has doubled. Wheat prices are close to being double. So globally, food prices are soaring, and that's why what will happen, that low income countries would food would become a luxury item for a vast majority of like people like India, Pakistan, a lot of section of China, a lot of section of Africa. Food itself would become a luxury item for a lot of people if the food prices double. Okay, though in our country people for 2 months are getting free food, and last year they got for maybe 8 9 months, but still if you want to buy more foods, because they don't give you vegetables and other things, they are soaring, like vegetables, fruits. So you can understand why I am telling this is because when you are going to look at the market, and one more because food inflation, I told you. And see here, the Bank of America, what they are predicting is that they are predicting this copper price to double by 2025. Okay, so $10,000 it had hit very recently. It is in a different unit, but I will show you in terms of monthly chart. You will understand how much it has come and how much it has can go. So this is what copper prices has done. So from a year low, it is double right now, more than little bit double, and they are expecting it to double from here. So it will be 4 times from the very uh, normal price of 2016, 17, 18. Copper price they expect to be 4 times. Okay, so you have to understand this has broad implication for all the industries. Like if the food prices are going up, the FMCG industry margin will be very much squeezed. Okay, because even if the volume grows because people are staying at home, they are not eating out, their raw material ingredient, especially the food side, the Nestle, the Britannia, the Dabur, the all these stocks will have a huge amount of margin pressure because the raw material will be quite high, and because the all everybody is not having a great income, people won't be able to buy at a lot higher price, so they won't be able to pass on the higher price. And on the other side, raw material prices would increase. So what will happen, the FMCG sector in general may not do a lot good. On the other hand, the metal sector would do greatly. Okay, so I will pull you back to one of my tweet here. uh, why I'm showing you tweet, because in the tweet I have maintained all the records. Okay, so going to the recent one, and I have posted everything this into the club and other things. See, this is, so if you remember in this thing, the 26 March session, that I and Vivek sir had told about the metal sector breaking out phenomenally. Okay, metal sector breaking out phenomenally. Okay, so this was the session where at length we were discussing on 26th of June, metal sector was breaking out. Listen to this conversation if you have time. Okay, now I will show you what metal sectors have done after that. Okay, I'm just going to the daily chart, and in this thing, you watch in the daily chart what metal sector has done over the last 1 month. Okay, from the start of April, this is how the metal sector has uh, outperformed. And we were telling about this thing only because in this COVID environment, a lot of manufacturing activity would be constrained. So we may see margin jump, and that's why metal sector can rocket. And that's what happened. I will show you what has happened to the stocks. Okay, give me a moment. Now I will take you to the stocks. Okay, Tata Steel. I have marked where we have given you this buy ideas. See, here we gave you buy at 7:30, 7:40, 65 on that day. Yeah. So this is the session. I will stop it. Yeah. So Tata Steel was 770. Okay. JSW Steel that we discussed. We discussed, and that date was here. Here we discussed 453, 756. A stock which is hardcore related to the uh, metal commodity cycle, that is graphite. This has done like this. Jindal, and this may continue also. This may continue also. Okay. So Jindal, it has behaved like this, and it is a fresh breakout today. It may continue. Last week, if you remember, I especially talk about this Tata Metallic stock. Okay, let us see what it has done in this week. Okay, so this is what it had done. So last week it was here. I told you that above today's high, it is going to rocket again, and it went to around 1370. Okay, then again started consolidating, again went up. Okay, so all the people who are in the club and the in the TMP, I gave you this stock. Okay, this is JSL, Jindal Stainless. Okay, so I gave you this stock when it was 96, and immediately there was a 6-7 rupees jump in this stock in 10 minutes. So metal is crazy. Okay, this week in both the TMP and the club, I gave VDL. Okay, when it crossed this level, 267, 268 on that day. Next day was normal. Today it blasted. Okay, so just going through the stocks that we discussed last week, we will come to the stocks that we will. So Lupin, that I gave you as a buy this week, you can see I gave you buy at 1125, above 1125, the kind of phenomenal rally it had. Okay, sugar stocks, if you remember, sugar was the sector that I discussed uh, last week. So, and I say that this week can be special. So EID Parry, okay, look at this. So this was how it behaved, 356 to 440. So almost 30-35% rally in 2 days it had. Okay, Balrampur Chini. Last week we discussed this. I don't know how many of you are trading according to that, but it is very important because we we put so much time for researching these stocks for you. See, this is the stock I told you, and 283 to 345. Awadh Sugar. This stock we discuss, and see, 267 to 347. You can understand more than 40% or 35%. All the sugar stock this. So a lot of stocks discussed rallied like this. SAIL, which we have been consistently telling you that SAIL, and those who have followed this session from very beginning, they know that I told everybody that I'm showing you monthly chart, and in the monthly chart I told you above 114 it can be anything. It can be any crazy move. It can go to 270, 280 past high also, given the kind of metal cycle we are having. So uh, going to the monthly chart, look at the sales stock. Okay, it came down from a level of 260 odd, and this was the 114 kind of a level, which this was the 114 kind of a level, this high. And I told that once this is crossed, this can become really crazy move towards this 260, 280. And you see this week only, this stock from 111 to 144. So this is the absolute sector. And you can see like stocks in metals and pharma and especially, and I will like to see these are like crazy moves, and I like stocks which slowly go to destination. Okay, so this is a very important stock. though in this sessions only, Sun Pharma. Okay, so yeah. So when it was here, I told 570 that it was going to 710. This was the level. I'm very happy it has come to 710 in a very slow manner over a period of maybe 5 weeks. But this kind of moves are really lovely that if you can predict and they come to a level, yeah, they can now move to 720, 730. But yeah, the high was 695 from a 570. I'm very happy that steadily moving this stock has done so much. Okay, uh, it can continue rallying towards 720, 730. This is where I thought the move would be a little bit faster. It was slower, but it has ultimately come to this level of 690, 710. Okay, this was Sun Pharma, and now we'll move to the stocks that we need to track next week. So you can understand that FMCG sector will be in a trouble spot because of the food price inflation and all the uh, complex manufacturing like car, like Voltas, like Whirlpool, all these stocks which are complex manufacturing, which take the raw material as their the commodities are raw material into this, they will find margin squeeze because people cannot buy those things at higher price. Okay, but given the situation, given there is huge demand and supply mismatch because you understand due to COVID in the globally there is constraint uh, in the kind of material manufacturing. It is very difficult to run a plant because in a city if there are 500 workers in a plant and 200 300 getting COVID, sorry 20 and 30 COVID, you need to shut down the plant for a few days, and it is a very difficult situation in all the commodity manufacturing situation. So demand has dipped. You have to understand that if demand was 100, demand is now 90, okay, because of the COVID, or demand maybe 95, but the supply which was 100, supply is now 70. The demand from 100 has come down to 95, but the supply is 70 because they cannot run the plant, and that's the reason that the margin is going up. Because you understand, I repeat the same logic every time I come to this session, that if earlier you were selling a product in 10 rupees and 9 rupees was your cost, you were making only 10%. But if due to supply demand mismatch you sell it at 15 rupees, but due to the inflation and your raw material cost goes up bit also, like 10 raw material cost goes up to 10 rupees also, your margin has become 5 times. And that is why all these commodity manufacturer, chemical manufacturer, Navin Fluorine, Deepak Nitrite, SRF, all these stocks, you understand, all these Balaji amines, uh, alkyl amines, all these raw material chemical manufacturer, all these stocks are running. Okay, you may see the paint stocks in future running like this in spite of crude going up, because it is very difficult to run a manufacturing business and the margin is very high presently in the manufacturing business. You have to understand this. Okay, they may not be able to increase the retail price of paint, but paint is also used in the industry. Every car, every real estate company buys paints. To them the price will go up, and you can understand the kind of margin explosion all the manufacturing activities will see. The agris, all these things they will have. Okay, now Tata Chemical, unfortunately, due to this results were down. I discussed this. There was a head and shoulder a breakdown, and the target of 580 that I posted in your TMP and club both. So it is possible to come to 580 now. Okay, it is highly possible to come to 580 now if it remains below this range of 660. So for next week, I will show you. I am going to the weekly chart section. See, for next week, everything looks bullish. Okay. First, I will go to daily chart of Nifty. See, I told you that I don't expect market to come down, and don't take it as a something which will happen. But yeah, I was very confident that this is my pin tweet. I marked that once it starts trading above 15,150, maybe 18K we can see in Nifty before Diwali. Okay, so I was quite confident about it, and this is 16th April, and still going by that, and that was the view that we have been actually continuing. So possibly if there is a break above this 15,400, we can see that market surging, and market looks like surging. You see the RSI is jumping, and in the weekly chart from 55 level, and it looks a solid market. Okay, going to the Nifty Bank. See, Nifty Bank, if you can see, it is just below the mid Bollinger 5-week high EMA, but above 30,000, 33,400, it is ready to actually blast on the upside. Okay, though there is a lot of COVID cases, but I think COVID will come down by the time we reach June. So this is still in the downtrend. Okay, Nifty Auto, but it is so near, like above 11,100, 11,200. Nifty Auto can bounce. So every sector, Nifty IT, I will show you. Nifty IT is like an ideal spot of support. If you see, just above the mid Bollinger, anytime it can break out, and especially if I talk to you about the uh, Infi. See, Infi according to weekly chart is like a dream level. Just near the mid Bollinger, a very good support around 1315, 1316 can give 10%. It is a slow moving stock, can give higher also, but low risk opportunity in weekly chart. Okay, Nifty Metal continues to rock. I will quickly come to stocks now. Okay, Nifty Metal continue to rock, and Nifty Pharma continues to rock, can move more. Last is Nifty Infra. The LNTs, all things, see, above the mid Bollinger bouncing act. So most of the stocks we have are in a bullish territory today. This is the weekly chart. I will come to the stocks individually. So to summarize, next week, most bullish sector that we have are Nifty Metal is most bullish. Along with that, Nifty IT, Nifty Pharma, and Nifty Infra. These are most bullish sector. Those sectors we said still bearish but can bounce are Nifty Auto and Nifty Bank. Okay, we will have to keep eye on that. Okay, now coming to stocks. So I am not going into metal stocks. They can keep on rallying. Okay, the VDL, the NMDC, the SAIL, the JSW, JSPL, Tata Steel, uh, Tata Metallic, JSL that I gave you, all those can. So I'm not repeating those stocks. They can still rally. I'm coming to stocks which can actually bounce. So Infi is one stock. Okay. Metal stocks remain bullish. Okay. Cadila is another important stock. And I'm coming to the daily chart. 1 second for your convenience. Can break above this. Above this 612, 615 become bullish. Grassing from the infra side, very near to past high, and it actually suddenly, we were very bullish, it suddenly gave us dhoka and it came down, but it is again come to this level, and there can be a breakout. So Grasim, Infi, uh, I spoke about Cadila. Okay, uh, Alchem. So this also looks good. Cipla. Obviously, we will enter after the breakout. Pulled back, not looking great. Okay. Ajanta Pharma. Looking good, can rally more above the breakout level of 2060. Oro Pharma. Can rally again. Okay. And a few stocks which are like metal continuously bullish. Okay. Like Navin Fluorine. I'm not going to them. And just showing them that they continue to remain. See, this has pulled back. If there is a breach above this high, it will again rally. Okay. Deepak Nitrite, all these stocks, okay, have the correction, but if the old highs breach, these stocks are doing like this. Coming back, old highs are breached, they are going high every time. So Deepak Nitrite. So all these are evergreen, okay. SRF, okay. SRF again has pulled back with Tata Chemical. Now, once it starts staying above 6400, it may again go to 7000. So these stocks and metals are like permanent in the discussion. I am not talking about them very differently in each session. Okay, so gave you three stocks: Cadila, uh, uh, Coforge, okay, Infi. Coforge is a stock which can, if it breaches recent high, can go even higher. Okay, more stocks look bullish if you ask me. Okay, for the next week. And the Adani Group stocks. Okay, they have again come to Adani Enterprise. See, making new highs every day, breach above this 1330, again go high. Adani Total Gas. So all the Adani gases, Adani ports, okay, above this 790 can go higher. Adani Green Energy looking bullish, turning around above 1130 or 1150 can go up. Adani Transmission. Adani Transmission is looking very bullish. Okay, the most bullish of the Adani. So above 1190, it can rally. So I have all the stocks in my radar, and I keep on posting in the TMP. See, what happens is that if I'm because I'm more involved in the TMP day-to-day time, I want to share in the club also. But happens is that I, due to the huge amount of questions coming in the TMP also, I generally try to share all, but it happens that I almost share 70% of. Like today, Kapini seed I could share in the TMP, but couldn't share into the club because time was constrained. But I still try to share in the club also, but fully it becomes a difficult proposition for me to share all the stocks. So Adani Total Gas, okay, this also looks bullish. So keep on the Adani group, keep on the sugar also, sugar pack also, they are looking decent because the food prices can go up, everything inflation can go up, all this commodity manufacture can go up. So keep an eye on them, okay. And the steel also, like I say, Tata sale can go to a lot. And another stock, how I could forget about it. This whale, okay, BHEL. Uh, rocked, if it sustains above 60, it can again go a long way. A long way means it can go almost to 70s if it sustains above 60. So uh, keep an eye on BHEL. So I have taken 4 minutes extra. I'm sorry for that. Uh, I will take one or two questions if I find very Telegram channel. I try to share most, few I miss. Okay. So see this question, why is this is going down, why this is going up? I don't know the answer. I'm not a fundamental analyst. Technically, something is going down, it can go down. Godrej Properties is sinking, it can sink. Technically, going down means going down. We don't question the reason behind the market falling or rising. We want to look at the stocks which are rising and falling. See, share our views for stocks. I will share. If you put the questions in the club, my team, our team, and in the TMP, I will share the view. This is not a forum to sharing view. This is want to discuss the stocks which will be good to us for the next week. Okay. For the Nifty, let me tell you last thing that I want to discuss. It looks to me that it is going towards the 15,150 next week. It can go if it maintains above 17,770, 750. It can go to 15,130, 150. This is the idea at the present. So just leaving it from now. Next, anything, any query, I will answer into the club and the TMP. Thank you. Thanks, Vivek sir. I have taken a little bit more. I'm sorry for that. Sir, can you please take it over from here?
Sure.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Good evening,
Patiently.
everyone. I hope everyone is doing good and taking care of your health and as well as the health of your parents. Am I audible, all of you? Am I audible, Shoradeep?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. So very excited that all of you have joined. So I'm seeing that every Friday the number of participants is now going up gradually. Today we have almost 200 participants becoming part of this discussion. So it's good to see people finding value in the Friday discussions. Shoradeep, the objective of Shoradeep discussion is to give you guys his understanding of where the market is, and by God's grace, he has been quite effective in predicting what the market is going to do. I'm here for half an hour and I'm going to discuss with you a few concepts. I'm going to take a lot of questions from all of you. And the idea is to help you guys figure out how you can use us to the best of our offering and our ability to serve you in the best possible manner. Uh, Before I start my section, let me just take back the right to share my desktop. So first 15 minutes, please allow me to talk what I'm talking, and then I will probably take you guys take some of the questions which you guys would have. Okay. Now, first thing first, where is the market going? What is going to happen? Very honestly, Shoradip is pretty bullish on market and he sees a lot of opportunity in the market. But I am personally looking at the risk reward ratio to be slightly unfavorable now. Market for the last 7 8 days have given phenomenal opportunity to make money. Phenomenal. I have not seen this kind of a market where you just buy anything and it gives you a very good movement, especially the stocks which are very strong. These stocks have done extremely well in making money for you. But from here on, considering that the commodity prices are skyrocketing, rocketing, at a ground level, businesses have started struggling. When we talk to friends whose raw material are commodities, be it soft commodities or hard commodities, definitely there is an impact in the way business is done at a ground level. But the macro picture still remains strong. But I will be suggesting all of you to keep a very strong stop loss in whatever you are doing, because market could be very volatile, especially the stocks where momentum is high could be extremely volatile. So keep a stop loss, tight stop loss, and keep on booking profit. Don't expect a continued sustainable rally in all the stocks all the time, because this market is going to be very volatile. So kindly, and why I say this, because of this, be prepared for a roller coaster ride. Dollar, this is down is the dollar index and up is gold. So gold has given a breakout of 100 and $1,800. That means gold is potentially ready for a movement. And whenever gold gives a breakout and becomes ready for a movement, typically markets react very acutely. And dollar, you see dollar index, it is almost reaching the low of this year. In fact, dollar is going down, and because of which the overall gold is also going up, and soft commodities are going up and hard commodities going up. So obviously equity should ideally go up. So yes, holding on, trading in stocks which are strong for a shorter profits and extremely tight stop loss could be a good strategy going forward. Now you guys know that I've been talking about the model which I promoted, and if you guys have been following that model, things would not have been tough. Okay, uh, we will discuss a lot of stocks which you may have to discuss. The model is very simple, which I have shared in my golden strategy, that look at the relative strength, look at RSI, look at the trend in 2 hourly chart, and plan your trade. Okay, make sure you exit your trade if there is any signal of exit in your trade. There may be stocks where you have bought, but the moment they show any negativity in the trade, you would like to exit those trade. Let me give you an example. Sera, which I've been holding on, and I bought it, and I've been holding on for long, and I've been recommending this stock also for long. But see what happened in Sera. It There is a negative trend. RS has also gone below 2 hourly. RS has also gone below zero, and super trend has shown negative. So there is no harm in booking Sera for the time being. But if RS end of the day remains above zero, see, if you're a short-term guy, you will like to book a trade and then re-enter again. If 2 hourly charts gives me the opportunity to enter again, but if suppose RS goes below zero, you are happy that you have exited the trade earlier than what the end of the day RS would have suggested you to do. Okay, so please make sure that in this market scenario, keep a very strong profit booking or trade uh, square up strategy, because when things will turn you will not know. There is a high chance that market will continue the momentum because dollar is trading down, gold and everything is going up, so equity will always also continue to go up. So I don't deny this, but stocks which have already seen a phenomenal momentum can correct, can stay there for some time. So there is no harm in being coming slightly active in market in terms of your position management. People who don't want to be active, who can't be active, there is no harm. You can continue using the RS strategy. Then you should not get affected by the everyday price movement in your stock. Say, for example, Sera, which has gone down by 4.5% today. So you could have got kind of distracted, but you should not get distracted because your RS is above zero. So you continue to hold on to this stock because the strong stock will always see buying at the lower levels. Remember this, strong stock will always see buying at the lower levels. So continue to hold on to those stocks till RS is above zero. In case you don't want to do active position management. If you want to do passive position management, I think this strategy is fine. For active position management, use 2 hourly strategy to enter and exit the market. Okay, let's let us. So I last time I discussed about an eagle strategy. So all of you have access to Stockage. Today, I'm guess some of the Stockage premium members have also joined. So if you go to equity strategy, and if you go to bullish momentum strategy and you go to eagle, so you will be able to see stocks which are showing strength, which are matching. They are not exact, but they are matching more or less the eagle strategy. So these are the stocks which are eagle stocks, and I have added these stocks in my trading view, so that I can track when do I need to enter, when do I need to exit. So let's go to eagle. So these are the stocks which are part of eagle strategies. Okay, so stock which I have entered earlier, okay, or stocks probably I have entered at a higher level, which are already started showing me weakness. For example, Deepak Nitrite on a EOD basis is still strong, right? This is still strong. RS is above zero. Maybe the stock will correct, take a support, and again start the continue the rally. But for an active person, if you can't see prices going down because you have a position, I suggest look at the super trend, exit if your super trend is going showing negative, and this RS also goes below zero. So right now 2 hourly RS is still above zero, although super trend has shown negative. There is no reason to exit. But suppose 2 hourly RS also goes below zero and super trend is also negative, then exit the position for the time being. and prepare yourself to re-enter the position, because EOD RS still is above zero. If suppose this RS goes zero, below zero, and super trend also goes below zero, right? And this end of the day RS also goes below zero, then obviously you will not re-enter that stock. Keep this model in mind, because until you have a clear cut exit strategy, it will be very difficult to retain the money which you'll be making in the market. And trust me, abhi market jo hai, it is all about how smartly one person can retain the money. Remember this, अभी कमाना उतना डिफिकल्ट नहीं है, लेकिन जो कमाया हुआ है उसको खोना बहुत इजी होगा, उसको रिटेन करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट होगा. So make sure that you learn the art of exit if you are an active manager. If you are a passive person, nothing to worry. दीपक नाइट्रेट का मेरे को 2 hourly चार्ट देखना ही नहीं है. If you are passive, just look at this EOD chart and continue to hold on this stock till Deepak Nitrate is showing me a positive momentum as far as RS is concerned. Okay, this is what I wanted to highlight to all of you. Now today I want to spend a lot of time on taking questions, because uh, typically I take less questions, so let's spend around 15 minutes taking questions. Vipul is saying, why only 2 hourly chart? Because I have taken 2 hourly chart because I feel that 2 hourly is a good enough time for me to take a decision. But you can select 1 hourly chart. Don't go below that unless you are doing intraday trading. So 2 hourly for me is okay. You may actually select some other tenure. Okay, Dipen is asking, any color on real estate sector? Sector is underperforming since last 1 month. Absolutely. If you see sectors, so real estate is actually underperforming. Um this sector is actually underperforming for some time. So I will not put my bet on real estate right now because the sector is underperforming. You know, one of the fundamental reason for underperformance could be obnoxious increase in price of raw materials. You have raw materials like steel, raw material like cement. All these raw material prices have gone to an unmanageable level. If you talk to any real estate builder, you will realize that they are in such an extreme pain right now, and the demand which the tepid demand which came in the month of December is now kind of getting flattened. Okay, so all these fundamental reasons will come later, but you see, as a practitioner of RS, I come to know that the sector is showing weakness, and the moment I come to know about it, I'm out of the sector. I'm not invested in this sector anymore until the sector comes into the limelight once again. Which is the sector which is into limelight? Metal. And look at the movement of metal sector. It has been continuously going up. So if you are serious about making money from market, and if you are active in the market, you would be knowing which sector is showing strength, and you will only participate in that sector. That's the underlying logic for people who are active in the market. For people who are passive, yes, you would also like to see the sector, but after a point of time, the stock becomes more important than the sector as a passive investment manager. Uh, okay, let me see. Okay, Ashutosh is saying some metals have rallied so much. How to decide till what point we have to bullish view? When a fall comes, it should be a sharp. Ashutosh, that's why 2 hourly chart. Okay, because we don't know, it's very difficult to time the fall. Metal may continue to go up. If suppose you don't want to participate in that rally because you think it's overheated, then you may actually start selling on a staggered manner. So sell 20%, then sell 20% further, then sell 20% further. That way, you don't have to wait for the top of the market. You are booking your profit at every level. Or you can also have a strategy of exiting all your metal trades once all the metal index super trend, 2 hourly super trend starts showing you a negative trend. Okay. Suresh is saying you give an export option in Stockage for improving the list of equal to trading view. Yes, we are working on it. Jitesh is saying to actively manage the position, do you recommend that we should give POA to the broker? As I have seen drastic move in the RS positive stocks too sometimes. Well, POA to the broker, I am not sure that it's a good idea. See, if you are an active market participant, then you have to act on an intraday basis, especially if you are looking at 2 hourly chart. The breakout can happen any day, any time of the day. If you are a passive person, then obviously you analyze on a basis of end of the day data, where you can only act in the morning next day. So I would suggest it's your comfort zone. If you can be active, it's better because market right now is pretty heated. Uh, but if you can't be active because of your other occupation, nothing to worry. Just follow end of the day RS and have a peaceful night. Don't have to worry at all about these 2 hourly charts. Trust me, follow it with two spirit. If things are going negative, exit. If things are going positive, enter again. That's the theory one should follow, being a passive market participant. And also, Jitesh, I would suggest restrict your working to 10 stocks, because as a passive person you can't extend your working to 25, 30 stocks. So 10 stocks which are strong, and you want to carry your position in their strength, that I believe is a better strategy for a passive person. Naresh is saying, what is TL enhanced volume in a chart? Enhanced volume is something which I learned from Pramal Bhai, and I'm trying to implement this in my. So it is basically one step further information about the volume. So if it is extreme green, matlab lot of buying has happened in this. If it is pink, that means aggressive selling has happened, and if it is blue, that means a moderate buying has happened. It's an extension of the typical volume bar where there is only green and blue. Jayesh say we spoke on brokerage firm stocks. IFL Securities RS is positive above take on these firms or NBFCs. Okay, so let's talk about IIFL Securities. Okay, IIFL Securities. Whoa, oh gosh. So I'd say IIFL Securities and all these stocks are slightly volatile in nature. So you need to have a very strong nerve to, make money in these kind of stocks. I would say better to invest in this stock. Much better stock. Have just entered the outperformance zone. Uh, the price has given a breakout. Price is showing strength. With every increase in price, there is a decent candle which is built up. The price gave a breakout of around 475. It has just come back to this 475 level. So I think ICICI Securities is a better bet right now than any other broking firm, and it's a larger broking firm. So you will not get those unreasonable movements in these kind of stocks. How can we set a trailing loss for positional trading? Well, the Sumit Paya, how can we set a trailing stop loss? So trailing stop loss in your position trading can only happen through a fixed parameter. And I think super trend, you can use super trend EOD also. Or what you should do it, let super trend 2 hourly be there on your chart. And if suppose the chart closes 2 hourly super trend on a negative basis, then next day you can exit the stock. Okay. How far the metal sector rally continue? No one knows about it, Ramakrishna. No one knows about it. It's anybody's guess. So I think you should not time that. You should just continue to ride that sector till the movement is there and exit the moment you see the trend changing through super trend. Uh, Ramesh saying, can 2 hourly setup be used to re-enter the stock when it showed positive RS? Absolutely. That's the point, Ramesh. That your end of the day RS is the clear indicator that this stock is strong or weak. Okay. If 2 hourly RS goes negative and 2 hourly super trend also goes negative, you exit for the time being. But if suppose again your 2 hourly super trend becomes positive and your end of the day RS is still positive, yes, you should enter that stock, because a positive stock should always be re-entered. Okay. See, on a idealistic basis, we should never exit those end of the day RS positive stocks. But if people who are not strong with the position management, then probably you would like to exit on a 2 hourly basis and re-enter. You will have to pay some impact cost, but that is fine. At least you are getting a peace of mind. Your views on textile sector? uh I don't want to give any stock view. My idea of conducting this session is not to give you stock view. I mean, we can discuss in Stockage Club platform. All of you are part of Stockage Club anyways. uh Most of you, or you're part of the TMP group, so you can tag me here if you want any specific stock to be discussed with me. You can tag me here, Wellspun, at the rate Vivek, and I'm always there active. Any thought on dollar well spun? Okay, you can do this. Send. I will get an alert notification and I will reply back to you with my thought in Stockage Club platform. Okay. Let's not use this half an hour for stock specific detailed discussions. From where can we see demand data of various sectors? Demand data of various sectors. It's a very complicated data you have asked for because it's sector level data is available at very limited places. A bit of information is now getting published by Tijori, which has become a paid product, but it's a very, very good product they're developing. Here you will see the prices of raw materials and whether the prices are going up, prices are going down, etc. So maybe if you are very serious about uh, useful data points, then probably you may like to see this as well. But I'm not sure how much you would like to see this. But it's a subscription based product, so you may like to see this if you are really willing to track the prices. So did you realize any change in super trend by tweaking super trend setting from 10 to sort of and further it weeks standard deviation as 2 or less? I'm okay with 10.3, Vineet. Very honestly, I have not gone into changing it, so 10.3 is pretty much okay with me. Yeah, there is difference. Yeah, there will be always be difference. But then, out of 100 trades which you will do using 7.3 or 100 trades which will do using 10.3, the impact is going to be pretty much the same. Out of 100, probably 60 will be right here and 60 will be right there. Okay. In golden cash market strategy, do we use RS55 to identify strong stocks? Should we use same template to identify strong sectors as well? Yes, you can do that. Earlier, I was suggesting people to use 14 period RS for sectors for early identification of sector. But if you want to use 55 period for sector as well, it is fine. It's just that you will get some delay information, but the more delay you get, the better confirmation you get. Okay. Uh, how should we go about building new position in metal stock? Daksh, it's a very, very good question. It's very difficult at this stage to build new position in metal stocks. I think the only way you can do it with reducing the quantity. You can't go full in with metal stocks. Maybe you do 20% now. Then when it corrects, do 20% further till the RS is more than zero. You continue investing 20% at each stage of the fall. Putting 100% in metals will be very risky now because the sector has already seen the runway. Okay, so see, so there are a lot of questions which are, will you be teaching us analyzing OI for selecting bullish stocks? So there are, yes, we have already discussed that in a webinar. So all the members who have not subscribed to my derivative analytics webinar, please, there I've discussed how to use open interest to analyze any stock. So guys, I can see there are a lot of questions and it looks like I will need to dedicate a lot of time for these questions. So maybe next time I will dedicate more for this Q&A session. But today, unfortunately, I will not be able to dedicate more time. So next Friday, I will increase the timing so that we can discuss more. In the meanwhile, I request all of you to please email me your queries. My email ID is vivek@stockage.com. Please don't mind if you can send an email to me in this email ID so that I can take over your question and discuss with you in person. So it's vivek@stockage.com. So this is my email ID. Please send me your question and with your mobile number. I will try to reply to your question and I will always also try to communicate with you and discuss exactly your query because I think there are a lot of queries and there is limitation of time today which I'm not able to take. So I hope to see a lot of you sending me emails and discussing these queries with me in person. Uh, yeah, I can see a lot of queries. So pardon me for today. Not prepared for so many questions. I can see so many questions coming. So I will increase my session time from next Friday. for 1 hour. I'm really sorry that I have given you limited time today, but let me just plan it accordingly. And you send me your email, please. All of you, whoever has any genuine query, please send me your email, and I will make sure that I reply to your email as early as possible. So thank you so much for attending this session. We wanted to have a very short, sweet, quick session with market view and some conceptual understanding. I hope to extend this session further from next Friday. Thank you for attending this session. I hope you have a great market ahead. Please be careful. Market is in the crux of probably cracking on either side, either on the upside or on the downside. So please be careful with the market. Keep a very tight stop loss and keep on booking profit on the regular basis. Thank you guys. Thank you, Shorodeep, and thank you, Swati, for coordinating this. Let's plan the session for a more extended time from next week. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.